When it comes to playing tennis, there's a big difference between footwork and speed. One you can live without, the other one you can't. And you guys are going to be surprised when I tell you that you don't need to have incredible speed to become a good tennis player. So what is the difference between speed and footwork? So just picture someone like a Rafael Nadal or Gael Monfils running down a drop shot. This is where you see pure speed. Maybe two of the fastest guys on the ATP Tour. On the other hand, picture someone like a Maria Sharapova, who's not known for her speed, and just take a look how she moves her feet. She had some of the best footwork on the WTA Tour. So basically, speed is something that you're gonna use when you run down a drop shot or when you're hitting forehands or backhands on the run. On the other hand, footwork is something that you need on every single ball. And unfortunately, a lot of recreational players struggle with footwork. They might have great speed, but they lack tennis-specific footwork. I have a lot of students that used to do other sports, and they're great athletes, they're very fast, but they don't possess the right intensity and the right footwork that is so crucial when it comes to playing tennis. And what makes tennis so unique, that every ball is going to be coming at you differently. You have to deal with several variances. So it could be your opponent giving you different spins or slices, hitting the ball high or low, hard or soft, but then also you have to deal with outside factors such as the surface you're playing on, or the wind. And what that means that every single ball that's coming at you will require for you to be moving your feet and putting yourself in the perfect position to strike the ball. Otherwise, you're going to be committing a lot of mistakes. And one of the best ways to practice your intensity and footwork is the tennis wall. And why do I say that? Because the ball obviously is going to be coming back very fast, even faster than on a real court, and you have to move your feet. You have to be on your toes and constantly be moving. And guys, the reason why I love the wall so much for tennis footwork is that I'm hitting the ball straight to myself, and despite that fact, I'm still moving my feet. This is what a lot of people don't understand. You have to move the feet in tennis, even if the ball is coming right to you. Just take a look at my feet. There's constant adjustments being made in order to strike the ball cleanly. And one of the biggest problems at the recreational level is that players will stand around, they will be flat-footed on their heels when the ball is coming right to them. Naturally, players will move when the ball is further away, but on those stationary balls, when the ball is coming quite central, this is where players don't move their feet. And now, unfortunately, they're not going to be set up good enough. Also, their movements are not going to be dynamic, and they commit a lot of mistakes because of that. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to hit the ball right to me, and players will just stand like this. They are flat-footed. They're not moving at all. They might take a couple of steps out of the way. You can see that this drains the entire intensity out of my whole game. And then naturally, if the ball goes a little bit to the side, they will move and run. But what you have to learn is to have this constant intensity that is something that every high-level tennis player has in common, which is basically a constant movement of your feet where the heels are off the ground. Basically, you're going to be on your toes the whole time, adjusting according to the ball. Now, these might not be big adjustments. These might be very small steps that you are making to put yourself in the proper position. So take another look. I'm going to hit that ball right down the middle. And you can also hear that the shoes are squeaking. That's always a good sign when you play on hard court. If you hear this squeaking sound, it's probably somebody playing who's at a little bit higher level. So when you hear that sound, when you play, you know that you're moving your feet a lot better. Now, I'm very much like Sharapova. I'm not the fastest guy genetically, even though I did a lot of work to become as fast as I possibly could, but I have some limitations due to my height and my genetics where I'm not naturally fast. However, I have very good tennis-specific footwork. And what that means for every tennis player is that while you might have some genetic limitations on how fast you can become, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't learn to have good tennis-specific footwork. And there's no better place to learn this tennis-specific footwork than the tennis wall. All right, last one. And guys, even though that rally was only maybe 10-15 shots, I can already feel it in my legs. And the surprising thing is that I wasn't really running. It's just that I'm tired from setting up the balls correctly. This is the type of intensity that you need if you want to play tennis at a little higher level. is something that is absolutely necessary, because if you don't have that, if you're flat-footed, if you're standing around, you are at the mercy of the incoming ball, and you're bound to make improvisations in your strokes because of that.